Win as one. EA Sports FIFA 21 sponsors Saturday Social.
Right, let's move on now to what's trending. We know the rules by now. I guess get 1 minute to debate 5 of the biggest football trends from Twitter this week. Carl, what we got? Eventually.
Well, we've got to start with the hottest property on the planet right now and recent recipient of the Golden Boy Award, Erling Haaland, after he had this to say after scoring twice for Borussia Dortmund against Club Brugge. Love playing in the Champions League. So trend number 1, we've got to ask the question, would you rather have Kylian Mbappe or Erling Haaland? Chunkz, we'll start with you. 60 seconds, off you go.
Ah, man, that is a difficult one. I'll say Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, he's done it for longer. Got a World Cup. Obviously, Erling Haaland he's not human. He's an actual robot, bro. The way he's built and how fast he is, he can use both his feet. Like, he's an incredible player. I'd love to see him do it for another season, but yeah, I reckon I'll still say Kylian Mbappe for now, just based off the fact that he's done it for a little bit longer and he's the accolades there as well.
And Jack, what about you? What are you saying for the mighty West Ham? Who would you rather have, Mbappe or Haaland?
Genuinely was going to go for Haaland, regardless of Chunk's choice there. I just Mbappe's won the World Cup. Yeah, he won it at 19. I think maybe he may feel like, football completed it, mate, sort of thing. He's, of course, he's one of the best. Am I done? Do I keep going?
Out of time. No, you've gone. Time's gone.
And I had so much more to say, boys.
The one time we had the opportunity for Jack to actually talk about football for an extended period, they ran out of time. Let's move on to trend number 2, though, because Joe Hart was spotted bowling like Mitchell Johnson in Spurs' training ground cricket match. Have a look at this left arm. Absolutely love that. The clip of Sergei Reguilon just sliding on the floor absolutely makes it. But the question I want answered is I want you guys to name a player you think would excel in another sport. 60 seconds on the clock then. Jack, I'm coming to you first.
I'm going to go for Jamie Vardy would be good at cycling. And this is based on very little, but I've always said he... wait. I've always said he looks like the kind of guy that you see in every sort of city centre that rides a bike with no hands so he can make a roll-up. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've seen that guy weaving in and out of it. That's what Vardy reminds me of. So I'm gonna say him or Luca Dean, because I think he looks a little bit like a shark. He'd be great at swimming.
The Jamie Vardy one. Do you think Mark Cavendish rides around in city centres with no hands on his bike? It's an unbelievable shout. Chunkz, who are you going for?
I reckon Troy Deeney being a boxer, I reckon he could just fight for some reason. And I also say Gareth Bale with golf, because obviously we've heard so much about him loving golf. I reckon the amount of time he spent off the pitch in Real Madrid, he must be a pro, Tiger Woods level, because he was not kicking ball in Real Madrid. So yeah, I reckon he has to be at least semi-professional.
That's a safe shout.
Perfect timing as well. I think that's definitely a good one right there. Right, trend number 3. We're talking all about penalty technique. This is because West Brom keeper Sam Johnston took to Twitter to share his views after the officials overturned his penalty save, saying that he came off the line. In reply to a fan's tweet which said that the keeper should be allowed to move anywhere in the 6-yard box from a spot kick, Sam Johnston added, and a striker shouldn't be able to hop, skip and jump before kicking it. So we are asking, should the rules on taking penalties change? Jack, what do you think about that one?
No, I think maybe the keepers should be able to come off their line a little bit, because it's already so hard to save a penalty, isn't it? So give them that little bit of an edge. And I'm surprised that Johnson said that, because I thought the first penalty he did save against Bruno, he saved it because he predicted the jump. If you look, it looks like he pretends to go one way and then he dived the other way. So I'm surprised that was his opinion. I think let Bruno do his silly little penalties. People will work him out before long, won't they?
Chunkz, do you agree?
I can't speak on penalties. I'm banned from speaking about penalties. To be fair, and I reckon in football, if a player misses a penalty, they should take another one. That's my rule on it. I just feel like, yeah. Do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. Penalty now. All jokes aside, penalties are easier to score than miss. So anything that makes it a bit harder, I think do that, man.
Well, timing, right on the bell. Right, let's move on to trend number 4 then. This one's about Mason Mount. Had another fantastic game midweek against Rennes in the Champions League. One of his biggest fans is Cesc Fabregas. Fabregas was on Twitter, wasn't he? Saying, Mason Mount, fantastic. Mount replied saying, thanks, magician. Been watching your assists. I heard you. Very happy there, Chunkz. And the question I want answered, is Mason Mount underrated? You can take this one away then. 60 seconds.
Yeah, I think he's world class. I think he's one of the greatest players to grace the Premier League. You know what I mean? I think he's better than Messi. Can Messi play for Chelsea? He hasn't played for Chelsea. You know what I mean? So there you go then. Yeah, I reckon Mason Mount underrated. Needs some more respect in his name. Just give him a few games and you'll see what he can do. Like I said, yeah, one of the best players in the world. And yeah, love you, Mason. When it comes to
is that just because he's in your phone book?
Potentially, but no. No, he's a very good player, 100%. I don't think he's underrated. I think he's rated just enough because at the end of the day, he's doing his job. And yeah, I don't think he's underrated. I think he's rated enough.
Fair play. Jack, what are your thoughts on Mason Mount?
I completely agree with Chunkz, to be fair, mate. I think I can't claim to watch a lot of Chelsea. Obviously, I watch a lot of West Ham, and Rice does all the simple stuff well, and I think Mason's a lot like that. So I think Chelsea fans will truly know how good he is, and us neutrals just have to take their word for it until he plays for England and whatnot, and then you get to see it.
Great point.
Plus, they are the best of friends, Declan Rice and Mason Mount. Right, trend number 5. Let's bring it on to West Ham because we picked out this absolute howler that Joe tweeted earlier on this season, and it is inspired trend number 5. He said, no jokes, I don't see West Ham picking up a single point from their first 7 games. Newcastle lost, Arsenal, Wolves, Leicester, Spurs, Man City, then Liverpool, gulp. So we're asking, where will West Ham finish in the Premier League? Jack, surely you've got something to say on what Joe tweeted.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to cut Joe some slack because after watching West Ham's opening game against Newcastle, we were dreadful and I was fearing the worst as every West Ham fan was. No one could have predicted us to go on that mad run beating Wolves 4-0 and I think it was 4-0 and then Leicester 3-0, something like that. So I think if we keep playing as we are, Souček's an absolute boss in midfield. As long as no one gets COVID, as long as there's no super injuries to like Rice and that, I don't want to. This will be clipped if we end up bottling it again, but I'm going to say 8th would be a success. I'm going to say that's to reach the dizzy heights of 8th. We're there now, Joe. We're there now, and if we keep up that, like we're even getting the scrappy wins now against Fulham and Sheffield, which we couldn't get in prior years. The Messiah is here.
The Messiah. I mean, there's 10 seconds left, and I think the Messiah is just a perfect way to end it. Plus, David Moyes, he's brought West Ham above Manchester United currently. So, you know, I think that's all we can say.